I remember one afternoon with my family, after eating Chinese food at a restaurant, opening our fortune cookies. Well, after I had finished wolfing down my 2 cookies, I looked at the 2 fortunes that laid in my hand. Well, while the first wasn't very important, it contained a joke about how the fortune was so great to get out of the cookie, and a word in Chinese that I won't repeat in English. But the other one is what stuck with me. It said a strong individual is someone who asks for help when they need it. And truth be told, I never really liked asking for help because I always felt like I was weak because of it. But the Boys and Girls Club is what taught me a new perspective on what help actually was. Of course, when I was little, asking for help was the easiest thing because everyone at the time seemed like they knew everything about everything. I remember when I would come home from school and I would need help with math homework, and my mom would take out the bottle caps and she would help me count until every single problem was finished. And my dad even taught me how to read with a Harry Potter book, which I never finished. But amazing as that all was, there was a time where I thought that help was never needed. In the summer of 2005, my mother passed away from breast cancer. Each member of my family was affected in their own different way. My grades fell, my personality fell, I fell. And to this day, I don't know what happened in my mind when I thought that the only way to secure my own growth was complete and utter independence. I just assumed that with sadness came isolation, and with isolation came this dark independence. But the Boys and Girls Club is what turned that all around. In the summer of 2006, when I first stepped into Southside Unit, with Hurricane Chris's "Ay Bay Bay" booming in the background. At first I was very uneasy because I didn't know this place, and I was really nervous with my dad being away. But after months of hiding away in the Learning Center, my curiosity got to me, and I branched out, and I didn't fall. Instead, I made so many new friends in the members and in the staff. And what I didn't know was that all my mannerisms asked the volume of questions that I was dying to ask. I remember one story of a smaller, more asthmatic version of myself when I forgot my inhaler. And when the first couple wheezes came, fear and anxiety surged through my body. My first instinct was to call my dad. Thank God. But as I waited, the wheezes became stronger, and my breaths became shorter. But Christine, who knew what was going on at the time, was able to comfort me enough to where my symptoms seemed to disappear. Thank you, Christine. But apart from the rescue and support, the Boys and Girls Club has offered so many things to me that I didn't even know existed. I learned how to build a computer. Thank you, Richard. I learned how to grow an afro from Tony Rose. I learned how to dribble a basketball and get up when it hit me in the face. I learned how to speak from Mark Zachary. But most of all, I learned what it was like to be loved and cared for outside of my own family. And I can never stop thanking the Boys and Girls Club for that. I'm 17 years old right now, and at my house I have a shelf, and it has speech trophies and medals. I've become an actor who is taking AP classes, and I'm trying not to drown in them. But all that success, much of it I attribute to the Boys and Girls Club. And I feel that help is such a broad term, but it fits. Because like the word, the Boys and Girls Club isn't limited to just building computers and helping with homework. Because they cover a broad spectrum of people, personalities, and backgrounds. Although it is still very hard for me to ask for what I want, it's become a lot easier with the people that I need. Thank you.